American Nightmare, but you don't see him rocking polka dots and shit.
He's actually never done
that. No. Thank God.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't. But like, like you look at but because then on the flip side, you look at Natalya, Neidhart, and it's like she's only gotten so far as being the pink and black such and such. Now, when we talk about Natty,
the low-key legend, yes. What about her?
Yeah, so you see that difference between the low-key legend and Natty Neidhart here, right?
Yeah.
Where she did flourish a little bit, doing the Bret Hart stuff, and like how her dad was, but then it paused. Now, granted, I'll also say respectfully, I think she is a much better talent than what her father was, and so.
You talking about Natty?
Yes.
Better than Jim?
I think she is. I think she outshines him.
I'm not gonna lie, he was just the beard and the laugh. I mean, the goatee, excuse me, not beard, goatee.
But like, I think Natty took what he did and elevated it. But it's like on the flip side of something like that, when you look at Dwayne Johnson and his daughter, you see where I'm getting at with that, right?
God, Dwayne, she's not. I don't.
It is what it is. But like, going back to the original bit though, people are over the money gimmick because nobody knows how to do it properly.
I also feel like they're not gonna pull the trigger on certain things that Ted DiBiase used to do. Like, remember the basketball thing? Like, yo, if you could dribble this ball this many times, you'll get $100. Boom, 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 kick the ball. Like, nah, like people probably on social media would be like, yo, without context? Without context. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, just like you said before, they play it safe too much.
I agree. But even with that particular bit, like even having the money gimmick, I don't think is the problem. It's just the way that whoever is doing the person who is given the money gimmick, they don't know how to carry it.
Okay,
you can't just give anybody any old gimmick.
Yeah, you can't.
Like,
so to put my stance on that, yes, I would agree. Mainly because I am a Ted DiBiase fan, but because of the years of us utilizing Ted DiBiase in your promotion and the stories that you have driven, just like how you said before, you know how to book a Ted DiBiase. It's kind of not hard to book a Ted DiBiase. He's a villain, but he's a conniving and smart villain, and he's utilizing money. He is the equivalent of if you don't look at MJF as a Jersey boy, he could be that.
He could.
He's done it in some situations.
MJF could be like
the closest thing to a Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, he really could be. It's like, and talking about like, getting the whole like I'm rich gimmick type situation. Like, he'd be the perfect example of something like that. Hell, you actually see him kind of pull the stunt a little bit. Like, you saw him, he went to Gates of Agony and them, and he was all like, hey, listen, I know I don't like you and you don't like me. However, I got some lucrative business that I think I can interest you, that we are in handling a situation that you and I that'll put you and I on the same sides of the coin type situation. And you could literally take that if you was inserting the money things like, hey, listen, like, I know you don't like me, but I got some pretty heavy pockets that would that might be able to sway you to help me out with a situation that has also been a problem of yours. And this was when they decided to attempt to or threaten to set the Briscoe on fire.
Oh yeah, that situation. Part. Yeah.
But it's like, for all intents and purposes, in that particular sense, MJF went to an old enemy of his, paid him off to help him get his lick back indirectly to try and con himself into a title shot, which is the exact same type of thing that DiBiase would do. Hell,
maybe not set a motherfucker on fire, but yeah.
Ted DiBiase paid Andre the Giant to win the heavyweight title to give it to him.
Yes.
Like,
make it make sense.
I mean,
not make it make sense, but like,
and it's funny because we're talking about these, this particular kind of gimmick, and like, there's the people that you said, freaking. So we're just not gonna talk about when our what was that cowboy's name? Goddamn.
You talking about
in NXT when he got the $1 million title.
Oh shit! I forgot. I ain't gonna say I forgot that nigga. I'm not gonna say I forgot that nigga, but like Travis. Was it Travis? Whatever happened to him in WWE?
Contract expired. Never got
hired. But like, he didn't do anything wrong. Like, I don't think. In the comments, please let us know what happened to Trevor. It was Trevor, I think, right?
Trevor, yeah.
Yeah, it's Trevor. Yeah, I said Travis. Trevor.
Yeah, no, but like, yeah, I think he did just fine. The only thing was he also went bankrupt.
The Bucks tried to do it too.
Now, the Bucks is a different thing.
I know. I was just shooting shit.
Now that you said that, though, is that why people are saying they're tired of like the rich?
No. With the Bucks is the EVP shit. It's the authority all over again. It's literally that. Like, oh yeah, we could just not book you, you fucker. We don't like you, whatever. And we're booking us in the tag team division to win the tag titles because we're the Bucks. So, but to give my input. Yes, I would probably book DiBiase, and I have to thank Swag for that because while I love DiBiase, the true nature of what DiBiase has done that I've seen is through Swag's promotion that he made years ago, was Volt Tackle Championship Wrestling,
the VTCW.
Yeah, and some of the things that DiBiase has done has led me to be also associated with other characters that were created, like Vega, which we would have to change his name at some point. But either way, it's just interesting stuff like that. There are a lot of things that Ted DiBiase and that promotion has done. That's like, well, that's wild. And
what he's in the wrestling game, I had Ted because at the time when this was going on, JBL was also still wrestling, and so I made Ted DiBiase and JBL in the wrestling game be a tag team. And they were just called Money Incorporated.
Which was the original name, yeah.
And so Money Incorporated, they were like powerhouse rich guys that did whatever they want and got away with whatever they needed to.
Think of the 4 horsemen.
They would literally pay other people to fight matches for them. They actually hired a hitman, funny enough, from Mexico to take out certain characters and all this other stuff. Like they were the most dastardly heels that would, the dastardly heels with money that went to a certain point, but they never kept the big one type situation.
It was interesting enough because this hitman ended up actually becoming a wrestler. He wasn't originally a wrestler. He was a hitman who then later became a wrestler. And interesting. It was story, people. Story. All right. So
the story will get anybody over.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. And wrestling has seemed to forgot.
But to answer again, DiBiase, I'm going with, because I said Goldust and then Shelton Benjamin. Yeah. There's no need to answer with Shelton Benjamin. That gold standard shit was stupid to me.
So you're pretty much going with what I said.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Got it.
That one I made on the fly, by the way. I made that one on the fly.
And then there is, if I'm running my business, who I would book, bump, and bury. Now, personally, out of all that you said, I'm burying Motor City Machine Guns. I'm probably going to bump down the Dudleys. and I'm pushing Beer Money.
Damn it! I thought that was gonna work. All right, cool. Yeah, that was where I was going to. Because it's beer money. God damn it!
And that's just me personally.
I just want to see. And
the thing is, if I'm doing this, if I'm thinking like who I should logically do out of those three. Actually, now that I really kind of wrote it around in my head, it doesn't change. It doesn't change. There is a point where I would almost want to book the Dudleys, but I think Beer Money is just more appealing overall. I can do great story with Beer Money.
We're gonna go with Monster Edition.
Okay, monsters.
And you know what? Is this tough because I already know who you're booking with this one? My curiosity is who are you burying? And matter of fact, no. I'm gonna actually assume here real quick who you would do before you even fucking say it. Abyss, Rhino, Samoa Joe. I know who you're booking.
Abyss, Rhino, and Samoa Joe. This one is tough because it really more so just once again it's that whole thing. I'm like, if I'm looking at where am I going to make my money, then there's one way. But who I personally would do is a different way, which I'm sure you are looking at me because you know who I personally would probably book, bump, and bury.
Yes.
But if I was trying to run my wrestling business, if I am playing GMO, and who am I booking as my top star, bumping down to mid card and making take the pin and burying, obviously it's going to be Rhino who's going to get buried. Unfortunately, he's always been buried.
God.
It's very disrespectful, but it is what it is. Those are just the laws of the land and the way the hierarchy is just kind of pinpointed and put. And when you come from ECW, that's often where you just have to be in the buried.
Hey, them Dudley boys didn't get buried.
Listen, there are very few, far in between.
Rob Van Dam didn't get buried.
That commit. Yeah, he didn't get buried.
He buried himself, actually.
But he didn't get buried, but he definitely didn't get booked.
He got booked, but then he buried himself from the wellness policy.
I feel as if, I don't even think it's the wellness policy thing. He could have got booked, but anytime he would get booked and bumped. That's what would always. But
what I'm talking about is whenever he had both belts, the ECW and the heavyweight title, the WWE title, he was booked until he had that situation, and then he stayed in the bump situation forever after that. He never got another title, another run with the title.
No,
because they said, "Yo, you still smoking weed? All right, bet."
But yeah, we're absolutely burying him. And then as far as the bump goes, personally, I'm bumping Samoa Joe and I'm booking Abyss. But financially,
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
But if I'm trying to make money in my company, what would be most logical would be to book Samoa Joe and we bump Abyss. And why do we book Samoa Joe? Because there is great story to be had with Samoa Joe.
You don't think there's great story with Abyss?
The story that Abyss tells is for a very niche crowd. The sickos, if we may. You're not seeing Abyss in... If you take anything that Samoa Joe has been doing in AEW, can you see Abyss doing any of that?
Okay.
No.
No.
Not at all. Not remotely close. Now, when it comes to Abyss, if you were to throw him in an ACW spot, you're going to see him dealing with John Moxley and all them and losing.
Yeah. Okay.
Because ultimately, they're not bumping him. I'm sorry, they're not booking him. They're bumping him down.
Okay.
All right? That's just it's just what it is.
Okay. All right, how about this?
But me personally, though, I know for a fact, I feel like if I was given the right stuff, I can book a good monster to be believable and useful and not always have to be in fucking barbed wire matches and plunder matches of sorts. You know, not all monsters need to be in the deathmatch scene. Monsters can do some real monsters can wrestle too. Goddamn.
Okay, so no, that one's kind of a given. Who you would book on that one too. The real question would be, who are you burying in that one? How about we do?
So are you at so I'm guessing you're also on the Barry Rhino and
I was definitely saying book Joe. I was going off the business side rather than I knew your personal answer was your booking Abyss.
Gotcha.
Your personal answer, I knew that way. That's why I'm not shaking your hand, because technically my prediction was right, but not the way I thought he was going to do it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I knew he was going to book Abyss, because what you guys don't understand is this man love him some Abyss. He love him some Kane. They the same nigga, but like with different palette, you know?
Correct.
One does deathmatch, one does story. And it's funny how they both work in the same company technically now. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and do Goldust. We're also going to do Smoking Mirrors Cody and American Dream Dusty Rhodes. Which one of the roads would you book Fump or Barry?
I am booking Goldust. I am bumping Dusty, and I am burying Cody Rhodes.
That's crazy. Okay, you gotta explain this one now.
It's all about the gimmick.
Okay.
I prefer the Goldust gimmick. Anytime Goldust was serious Goldust, and I use that term lightly, but like you could take early Goldust, and you can take when he came back to WWE Goldust after he's, gotten himself right and everything. Hell, you can take that particular Goldust when he was going heel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he was putting on some of his best matches as Goldust. All right? Like, Goldust deserved to be pushed. Especially early Goldust. Right before he became the artist formerly known, Goldust should have been pushed to the moon. Intercontinental Champion Goldust should have been a World Heavyweight Champion Goldust at some point. They just did not allow him to be great because at that time, that main event scene was completely cluttered and there was way too many people at the top.
They didn't want no zesty people in there.
I don't even say it was that. It was more so.
It was definitely that. They didn't mention the fact that he was very
well. So like he took his gimmick. He was too good at his gimmick, and people were upset about it.
Yep.
Sure, but with the way with how he was being received overall, and the way that his popularity was kind of thing, I would almost compare it to how I was talked about with Mello, kind of situation.
Yep.
Goldust and Mello are kind of that. Goldust and Mello are in the same position where it's like they could be up there, but the people who are up there, their names are so big, comparably speaking. Like if I was to go it on how talking about the popularity, like from like GM mode, right? Everybody that was in that main event scene are like 87 and higher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To my ranking, by the way.
Yeah, they're like their overall ranking. Okay. Their overall popularity ranking. Actually, I would actually push to say, especially for Goldust back then, everybody who was in that upper echelon fighting in that title picture, they were like an overall ranking 90 and higher on the popularity scale. Okay. 90 and higher. Goldust was a solid 85. No, 80.
Because he was in games, man.
Sure, he was in games, but I'm talking about like star power, okay? Like, sure, his overall competitive level could have been a 89, but I'm talking about the popularity level. That's different. You could have a high overall, but your popularity be garbage type situation. Okay. And so, because those are two different things that you can scale on. Those are two different things you scale on whenever you're playing universe mode. Because to go into it, like in the universe game, right? In the current one, Mello, he is, when you first hire him, his overall value is very, very low. So like you could pick him up for like 150 or like 150,000, right? Mm-hmm. Kind of thing for the year. But if you his overall popularity level is like in the low 60s, sometimes I think like the 50s type thing, right? Mm-hmm. But if you do and you make him go through season mode and you push him to the fucking top and you make his popularity go real high, his overall does not change, but his popularity level goes up high, which then makes him more expensive to keep on your roster on the back end later on type situation.
Y'all see what I'm talking about, right?
And so with Goldust, though his overall may be like a 89 at that time, his popularity compared to everyone else, he's like an 85 in popularity. There is such a drastic difference between an 85 and a 90 in popularity that no matter how good Goldust was at that time, he wasn't touching a Undertaker, Stone Cold, Rock, Triple H, DX, Kane. He wasn't touching those guys. Mm-hmm. You could put him in the same match with them, but you know who's eating the pen. Kind of thing. And that's bringing it back because we talked about Mello prior. That's where Mello is right now. He is an 85, but honestly, I would dare to say the people who are in this top echelon, they're like 95s and higher in popularity. Mello has no chance of looking like he belongs up there.
Okay.
You could put him in a match with Cody Rhodes, but like,
you never know. You never know. But what I do know is that taking that gold situation, we are now going to do a category that is the gold selection. Goldust.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
You didn't get don't try to skip out and not get what you gonna say.
Yeah. I'm booking Smoke and Mirrors fucking Cody. I like that fucking gimmick. I like that one.
Don't get me wrong. I like it. But I feel the other two are just better.
They are. My thing is like he basically was the equivalent of Miz back in that time. You know what I'm saying? And they pushed him to the moon. That was in an era where it was fitting. But yes, I mean Goldust, I can never see Goldust with the heavyweight title, unfortunately.
Crazy.
Maybe because of WWE and how they made him look, but like him holding it when he had Terry Reynolds as a manager, yeah, okay. Like she would hold the gold and he, because like obviously the belt is gold, so he would never wear it around his waist. He could probably be like, yo, he can make something out of it, like the gold doesn't touch me. The valet touches it. She holds it for me. It's my Oscar. It's like something like that, right? Like doing something like that, but him like never wearing the belt, because to me, him wearing it around his waist would just look goofy.
I don't think it would look goofy.
I don't know.
Like, unless you're just feeling that the winged eagle just doesn't look right on him. Is that what you're trying to? Is that what you feel?
Not around his waist, no. Like if it was, maybe if he was holding it like, like how Homeboy was holding Goldie, like Tommaso Ciampa was holding Goldie, maybe.
I think he would have been. He would have been fine with the belt, and I think he would have, because I feel, especially like now when you talk about specifically when he was running around with Terry Reynolds, like even more so, do I think it would have worked?
Oh, that's
it would
have
looked. It's like, because there's Goldust when it was with Terry Reynolds, and then there was like when he dropped Terry Reynolds and like he had the that's the artist formerly known as. Yeah. But he had a small time, I think, before he became the formerly known as, that was when he had the more bigger gaudy coats on.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But this was also during a time where it was like, because I was watching a video not too long ago about Goldust, and it was like, there was a point where he was really hot, but he was being restrained on purpose.
Was it the Roddy Piper shit situation?
No, because that was when he first came.
Okay.
So when he first came and whatnot, he had his little stunt with Undertaker and then Mankind. He had his thing with Roddy Piper, and he had the belt for a bit and stuff like that. He went into he did his stuff with goddamn Razor Ramon and everything. But I would say like that was like within like his first 2 years of being there. He was really hot and he was really good. And then I'm trying to exactly pinpoint, because like when the Attitude Era took off in like in 97 and 98, I'm pretty sure it was like that 98, 99 time was when he was doing the artist formerly known as.
Yeah, it was like
Goldust.
It was Attitude Era kind of ish.
But it's like it was also during that time, like, cause like, so like when he dropped the belt and when we were like going, like the Attitude Era like truly just started, he was still Goldust, but he was Goldust getting his original identity taken away from him, because during that particular time was when they were all like, all right, you gotta slow down on the sexual stuff, the sexuality stuff kind of thing. And so because of that, Goldust had to figure out, well, damn, that was the thing that was getting me super over. What am I going to do? Because, the LGBT community at that time were not happy with what he was doing. They were raising sand and causing a ruckus. And so because they was causing such a ruckus, Vince McMahon was all like, Goldust, you can't do any of that no more. And so he just kind of sort of was just fucking there. And at that particular moment was when he was like at that teetering point where he could have been continually hot and really dope. And so instead, when they robbed him of his identity, he just became that artist formerly known.
So, and I don't want to say that this is the reason why, but it kind of sounds like the representation is what fucked his gimmick up.
Honestly. I would, that's really what it was, because that was the thing that was getting him over.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were all like, hey, they don't like that, so you gotta stop doing it. And so it was all like, well, damn, that's kind of sort of how I built, this thing. And so now I have, it's like being told to do something that you need to do for your job, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, you know that thing that I taught you to do and made you learn how to do it? Yeah, you can't do that shit no more. So learn how to do your job another way. And now he's just like,
you mean work in general? Because like work does that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Shit changes, and you be like, you did something one week, and now the next week is over.
Yes. No, that's the thing. Yeah. And you know what happens is the fact that then new people, or the people who are at top, they stay up top. because they don't have to make that change, or new people come in and they just learn how to do it as it is and they pass you. And now they get the title. And you get buried.
Damn, nigga. So again, Smoke and Mirrors I would book. I'm bumping Goldust, and unfortunately I have to bury Dusty. Dusty.
The American Dream?
Yeah, cause it's like
hard times, daddy.
Yeah, cause it's like how you said with Sting, somebody got to eat the pin, and
he can put him over.
Hell yeah, he put his son over technically. Like, Dad, I'm not with those hard times, Dad. We actually had a silver spoon in our mouths and type shit. But the next one is continuing the gold standard. I want you to notice how I did that. Continuing the gold standard of having Goldust, Shelton Benjamin gold standard, and then we also have the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. All of them are gold motherfuckers.
So Shelton Benjamin, specifically the gold standard. And then you said Ted DiBiase.
Mm-hmm.
And then who was the other one?
Goldust.
And Goldust. Book, bump, bury for them?
Yep.
Goldust.
Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase. All right, so this is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pushing
or booking.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain. I think I'm going to book. I'm booking Ted DiBiase.
Okay.
I'm booking Ted DiBiase. I am bumping Goldust, and we're going to bury Shelton.
That was quick. But surprising to see that you're going to book Ted DiBiase. So why would you book Ted DiBiase over Goldust?
Because, comparably speaking, Ted DiBiase is a better champion in my eyes.
Okay.
I think his optics of being a champion is so much better. As a matter of fact, anytime I can have Ted DiBiase in a wrestling game, I book him to high heaven, bro.
You know, it's interesting you say that because apparently a lot of fans are tired of the I'm rich gimmick. While you were like, yeah, but we like Ted DiBiase's one.
You know why people are tired of the I'm rich gimmick is because no one can do it better. Like, who's doing an I'm rich gimmick right now?
Well, remember the Vini Vici, whatever, was coming in? He had the I'm rich gimmick. And then he got pinned that one night and he was gone.
Because it was garbage.
Then you had Alberto Del Rio. And then you also had...
Now, Alberto Del Rio, he was fine. He became a champion.
Yeah, he did.
So there was nothing wrong with him.
What I'm saying is fans apparently have made the comment.
And at that point, I mean to cut you off, but like Alberto Del Rio also at the end of the day screwed himself.
True.
He woman beater, fucking.
I would just say he is
kidnapping and domestic violence is not a good thing.
Oh boy, sheesh.
That's what it was. That's the things. Those were the things. Those were the things.
I'm not trying to hush it, but not try to make it as harsh for a certain viewing audience. But
he screwed himself on that. And this is coming from Alberto. I was a big Alberto Del Rio fan.
Man, that man talked about the story of you trying to go get that scarf.
Continue what you were saying on that.
So apparently fans are saying it's a played out gimmick that has been used for I don't want to say generations, because generations make us feel like we're old as shit. But you had Ted DiBiase, you had Alberto Del Rio, you had Vici, you had just there's multiple people who come in with the I'm rich, you guys are poor, this and that and whatever. So fans are saying, yeah, that used to be fun back in the 90s and maybe early 2000s, but we kind of want more characters with more story. And
And
Here's the
that's
thing.
the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem in itself. And it's like, so looking at the $1 Million Man, he had story. He had a lot of story. All the way up until his eventual retirement, the $1 Million Man had a very specific story. He was rich and he used his money to get what he wanted, but there came a point where his money could no longer buy him what he wanted, type situation. And they played that story out. And then it came to the point where no matter how much money he had, he realized he ended up finding out that he can't just treat people any old kind of way, because that's when Virgil came through and ended up beating his ass. Now, granted, that didn't amount to shit for Virgil in the long run, because he just became a jobber after that. But like,
and an NWO member,
the one who takes the pin. But like, he but like, there was a story with that. Alberto Del Rio, he had a story with his bit, and he felt that it was his destiny to become the champion. And all those things happened. And there was a nice, lovely story told with that, with him coming out to the ring in a nice Rolls Royce all the time. There was those two people in particular, they were rich, but they did not make that their, well, I would say $1 Million Man a little bit, but like, they did not allow that to be their full identity to the point where that's the only thing you could see about them. You know what I'm saying? Granted, being rich was the $1 Million Man's full identity. However, there were storylines and stories that happened throughout, and for all intents and purposes, I think he was the best rich wrestler to do it, because he actually used his riches to be all right, fine. Like right now, if I was to book somebody to be the next $1 Million Man or this, that, and the other, or anything like that, number one, I would make sure he's a good wrestler, okay? So that when he's actually in the ring, he can do the things.
I do enjoy the $1 Million Dream. That is a really good signature, especially if you're putting somebody to sleep.
But it's like the bits that I would do is like, number one, making money his identity, sure, but it's like how you do it. How are you going to tell the story of why him having all this money?
Why should we care?
Kind of thing, right? Yeah. Like, I would start him out like one of those situations where it's like he's supposed to be this rich person, yeah, and it's like, he makes. Think about how they did with MVP, right? His whole deal. He came out, he had the nice chain and everything, and he was talking about how I was the the most expensive
draft pick,
Like, I'll go about that bit. Kind of thing, right? I would have, like, if he lost the match or whatnot, like somewhere down the line in this feud that he's doing, pull like an APA situation where he paid somebody to come and go beat this other guy up. And then after that happens, you see him in the background like, ha ha ha, money always wins type situation or whatever, right? Like, you make it loosely about it. But like with Vici, I don't think it's fair to make him to lump him in with the whole money, because he was barely there. Yeah, like what, one match?
I'm just saying that this is what the people are saying. They're saying that the money wrestler gimmick is played out. You also had Ted DiBiase Jr., who that shit didn't get over. Priceless. Oh yeah, I'm priceless.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
No,
but it's because
he was not as good as his dad.
Well, there is that piece. That's probably that's the main reason why I didn't work for him. He was a legacy, literally.
Damn.
And that it's hard to live up to the person who did it the best. That's why usually when that happens and you're coming from a lineage, you're either being the carbon copy of that person or you need to do your own thing. And we don't see Randy Orton walking around with no cowboy hats, do we? No. I mean, sure, Cody Rhodes, he's the American nightmare, but you don't see him rocking polka dots and shit.
He's actually never done that.
No. Yep. Thank God.
Yep.
I hope he doesn't. But like, like you look at but because then on the flip side, you look at Natalya Neidhart, as like she's only gotten so far as being the pink and black such and such. Now, when we talk about Natty,
the low-key legend, yes. What about her?
Yeah, so you see that difference between the low-key legend and Natty Neidhart here, right?
Yeah.
Where, you know, she did flourish a little bit, you know, doing the Bret Hart stuff and like how her dad was, but then it paused. Now, granted, I'll also say respectfully, I think she is a much better talent than what her father was. And so,
You talking about Natty?
Yes.
Better than Jim?
I think she is. I think she outshines him.
I'm not gonna lie, he was just the beard and the laugh. I mean, the goatee, excuse me, not beard, goatee.
But like, I think Natty took what he did and elevated it. But it's like on the flip side of something like that, when you look at Dwayne Johnson and his daughter, you see where I'm getting at with that, right?
God, Dwayne, she's not. I don't.
It is what it is. But like, going back to the original bit though, people are over the money gimmick because nobody knows how to do it properly.
I also feel like they're not going to pull the trigger on certain things that Ted DiBiase used to do. Like, remember the basketball thing? Like, yo, if you could dribble this ball this many times, you'll get $100. Boom, 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 kick the ball. Like, nah, like people probably on social media would be like, yo, without context? Without context. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, just like you said before, they play it safe too much.
I agree. But even with that particular bit, like even having the money gimmick, I don't think is the problem. It's just the way that whoever is doing the person who is given the money gimmick, they don't know how to carry it.
Okay,
you can't just give anybody any old gimmick.
Yeah, you can't.
Like,
so to put my stance on that, yes, I would agree. Mainly because I am a Ted DiBiase fan, but because of the years of us utilizing Ted DiBiase in your promotion and the stories that you have driven, just like how you said before, you know how to book a Ted DiBiase. It's kind of not hard to book a Ted DiBiase. He's a villain, but he's a conniving and smart villain, and he's utilizing money. He is the equivalent of if you don't look at MJF as a Jersey boy, he could be that.
He could.
He's done it in some situations.
MJF could be like
the closest thing to a Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, he really could be. And it's like, and talking about like, you know, getting the whole like I'm rich gimmick type situation, like he'd be the perfect example of something like that. Hell, you actually see him kind of pull the stunt a little bit. Like you saw him, he went to Gates of Agony and them, and he was all like, hey, listen, I know I don't like you and you don't like me. However, I got some lucrative business that I think I can interest you, that we are in handling a situation that you and I are, that'll put you and I on the same sides of the coin type situation. And you could literally take that if you was inserting the money thing. It's like, hey, listen, like, I know you don't like me, but I got some pretty heavy pockets that would that might be able to sway you to help me out with a situation that has also been a problem of yours. And this was when they decided to attempt to or threaten to set the Briscoe on fire.
Oh yeah, that situation. Part. Yeah.
But it's like, for all intents and purposes, in that particular sense, MJF went to an old enemy of his, paid him off to help him get his lick back indirectly to try and con himself into a title shot, which is the exact same type of thing that DiBiase would do. Hell,
maybe not set a motherfucker on fire, but yeah.
Ted DiBiase paid Andre the Giant to win the heavyweight title to give it to him.
Yes.
Like,
make it make sense.
I mean,
not make it make sense, but like,
And it's funny because we're talking about these, this particular kind of gimmick, and like, there's the people that you said, freaking. So we're just not gonna talk about when our what was that cowboy's name? Goddamn.
You talking about
In NXT when he got the $1 million title.
Oh shit! I forgot. I ain't gonna say I forgot that nigga. I'm not gonna say I forgot that nigga, but like Travis. Was it Travis? Whatever happened to him in WWE?
Contract expired. Never
But
got hired.
like he didn't do anything wrong. Like I don't think. In the comments, please let us know what happened to Trevor. It was Trevor, I think, right?
Trevor, yeah.
Yeah, it's Trevor. Yeah, I said Travis. Trevor.
Yeah, no, but like, yeah, I think he did just fine. The only thing was he also went bankrupt.
The Bucks tried to do it too.
Now, the Bucks is a different thing.
I know. I was just shooting shit.
Now that you said that, though, is that why people are saying they're tired of like the rich?
No. With the Bucks is the EVP shit. It's the authority all over again. It's literally that. Like, oh yeah, we could just not book you, you fucker. We don't like you, whatever. And we're booking us in the tag team division to win the tag titles because we're the Bucks. So, but to give my input. Yes, I would probably book DiBiase, and I have to thank Swag for that because while I love DiBiase, the true nature of what DiBiase has done that I've seen is through Swag's promotion that he made years ago, was Volt Tackle Championship Wrestling.
VTCW.
Yeah, and some of the things that DiBiase has done has led me to be also associated with other characters that were created, like Vega, which we would have to change his name at some point. But either way, it's just interesting stuff like that. There are a lot of things that Ted DiBiase and that promotion has done. That's like, well, that's wild. And
what he's in the wrestling game, I had Ted DiBiase, because at the time when this was going on, JBL was also still wrestling, and so I made Ted DiBiase and JBL in the wrestling game be a tag team, and they were just called Money Incorporated,
which was the original name, yeah.
And so, Money Incorporated, they were like powerhouse rich guys that did whatever they want and got away with whatever they needed to.
Think of the 4 horses.
They would literally pay other people to fight matches for them. They actually hired a hitman, funny enough, from Mexico, to take out certain characters and all this other stuff. Like they were the most dastardly heels that would, the dastardly heels with money that went to a certain point, but they never kept the big one type situation.
It was interesting enough because this hitman ended up actually becoming a wrestler. He wasn't originally a wrestler. He was a hitman who then later became a wrestler. Interesting. So, it was story, people. Story. All right. So
listen, story will get anybody over.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. And wrestling has seemed to have forgotten.
But to answer again, DiBiase, I'm going with, because I said Goldust and then Shelton Benjamin. Yeah. There's no need to answer with Shelton Benjamin. That gold standard shit was stupid to me.
So you're pretty much going with what I said.
Yeah,
gotcha. Got it.
That one I made on the fly, by the way. I made that one on the fly.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, oh, we got gold, like a couple of gold people in here. All right, so let's talk about Workhorse Edition. Shawn Michaels, Seth Rollins, and Johnny Gargano. Who are we book bumping and burying?
I'm gonna bury Seth Rollins. I am going to I'm bumping Gargano, and I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to push.
Why are you continuing to book Shawn? Like, you can't book Gargano?
Because Gargano is not better than Shawn Michaels.
But Gargano, okay, so you're not going to take the same logic that you just did with AJ Styles and Sting and say, oh, Shawn can take the pin because he's older. and then make Gargano the next Shawn Michaels. You can't do that.
That's the problem. There's no such thing as the next Shawn Michaels, bro.
I don't know, man, because Dolph Ziggler was pulling that off pretty damn good.
Bro, even I have to take the rose-colored glasses off on that one, okay? I love Dolph Ziggler to the moon and back, all right? And, like, I will agree that there were great aspects of Dolph Ziggler that would, like, put him in the runnings for being, like, a real next Shawn Michaels. And if you were putting him in this particular spot, then yes, I would easily put Shawn Michaels. I would, let me put it this way. In comparison, I would definitely book Dolph Ziggler over Gargano in that Shawn Michaels position. Damn. Gargano's great, but Shawn Michaels is Shawn Michaels.
Damn. Okay. I would say reverse.
And even then, I would say, going off with how you were talking about with Sting, because yes, Sting never had a not peak situation. But going off of when Shawn Michaels was peak, which was right before Undertaker retired him type thing, because we just shouldn't, we have to ignore that non-canon Undertaker Kane versus DX match like that.
Oh, okay. I thought you saying you was about to abolish the 90s Shawn Michaels. I was like,
no. But I'm saying, like, if you took the Shawn Michaels that Undertaker faced on his retirement, and I'm looking at that versus Gargano, I'm still booking Shawn.
First off, we're treating the DX versus the Brothers of Destruction match as a multiverse situation because Shawn didn't have no damn hair, and neither did Hunter. So
listen, that match was a non-canon event. That was that whole pay.
That was a Tony Khan match.
A Tony
motherfucker
match.
said, "Yo, I'm gonna put toys together, and them motherfuckers just gonna wrestle." But these toys kind of broken down. So the fuck what? I want to see it again.
Nah, that was just a not. That was a non-canon match. That was a
lights out match.
That was a different universe movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Situation where like that. Sure, it happened in a different universe, but to the regular canon, like this is Shawn Michaels was retired by Undertaker, and he hasn't been in the ring since. That's just what it is. That's just what it is.
People are actually hoping that with Shawn's recent knee surgeries, he might give it another go coming up Mania.
I hope not.
We all hope not. He even said himself he's not doing it, but he's too busy working with his ladies in NXT,
which is a great place to be.
And apparently, and here's the thing that you also can say with Shawn Michaels, my man is a brother at the end of the day because it is black NXT all day over there. But he is pushing our people of color, and I think that was there's two photos. I remember it was the photo of Bret Hart with a bunch of black ladies, black women.
Well, he's married to a black woman.
Yeah. He down with the swirl, and Shawn Michaels, I think he just like him thick.
You would think that with the way that NXT looks.
Oh hell yeah! That signings of Lions was a perfect example.
Got it.
Perfect example, and then Parker too. Another example.
Is Nikita? I think Nikita is on FL. No, not FLG. What's that other? That's their little undercard fucking.
Oh, you talking about NXT?
No.
Evolve.
There you go. I think Nikita Lyons is still on Evolve.
She might be because she does need to.
I have not watched Evolve in a while, but the last times I was watching it, I can't even. I guess I'm a pretty bad judge on that because I haven't really watched Evolve in probably like the last 3 months. But she was there.
Watch Evolve? I'm sorry.
I do. I watched Evolve up until when they first gave out the Evolve champions, the females and the women's.
Yeah.
And during that time, Nikita Lyons was there. So whenever the champion was first crowned, I know Nikita Lyons was still messing around and Evolve.
There's just so much goddamn wrestling, y'all. Y'all just don't realize, man. Like me, it's funny how me and Swag, like we are here, but we're not here. Cause like I watched Lucha and did all these things and also watch MLW every once in a while. And you'll watch your areas of wrestling and then we'll kind of be like, hey, yo, this happened. Did you know that? Oh, what? Nah, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I just find it interesting that we do like similar things in wrestling, but we sometimes don't watch the same things in wrestling.
Kind of. Now, I will say, I think comparatively speaking, I'm pretty certain I probably watch more wrestling than you.
You do. You do currently, yes.
Back
in the day, I probably wouldn't say this.
The problem is, though, I feel that, like, it's like, though I watch more wrestling, the wrestling that I watch more of is the same wrestling that you are, and then there's still, like, a small dark void of wrestling that nobody's touching. New Japan. Which
I did watch the G1. I did once they told me about the G1 and how that was, and when Takesha won, I watched it because I need to see how he was over there. And this is why I said in the last episode, but you need to stay in New Japan because you could be a fucking star that they need over there.
But as he said, he watched it after it happened.
Because here's the thing too, okay?
New Japan one over there?
That one, yes. Ooh. New Japan. Oh, you got it?
Is it hot?
It's still a little warm, yeah. Oh. My wife made us tea.
Thank you.
So, taking a sip. So when it comes to, huh?
Oh yeah, I see where that's gonna help.
Oh yeah. No, we were just talking about in the pod how you made us a tea. So,
thank you. It's delicious.
I like mine with honey though. So, when it comes to New Japan, yes,
would have been good.
Would you want some honey?
Yeah, I'll have some. Well, I can wait on it.
My lady, we need honey, please. But yes, with New Japan, it's kind of difficult to keep up with it too because to watch it live, you have to be up at a specific time of night. Yeah, so I have to watch it the next day or something like that. I just haven't been watching it as of recently because I just don't know what to do or what to watch when it comes to that. So yes, I had to watch it the next day mainly because I haven't been keeping up with it like that. So
when is the next New Japan situation supposed to be happening?
Pay-per-view wise, they do have one coming up quite soon. I can't remember. It's not Dominion, I believe. I'll have to get back to you on that.
I am especially with how dry wrestling has been. I think I'm going to like double down and like do a hard watching of New Japan like moving forward.
I wanna finally make a day of the week where we get together and I show you Lucha, or we can make New Japan a thing. Either one works, but
I mean, I'm fine with us doing the thing for watching Lucha Underground, where we like make time to like just sit down, like watch a couple of episodes and review it type thing. No. I'm fine with that piece. But like I do think I am going to attempt to like
watch New Japan.
Moving forward, I'm going to try and pay more attention to New Japan, only because of the fact that like I've never really watched New Japan ever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, because I've never really watched it, I don't know much about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that it is a brand of wrestling that people do really like usually. And I know they do things different than what we do over here.
Are you also going to attempt Noah as well, or are you just going to do New Japan? Because Wrestling Noah is basically where New Japan is WWE, Noah is AEW.
If that's the case, then yes.
Okay. I mean, and
that changed the whole taste.
I'm telling you, that honey made a difference.
Like it tasted okay. It still tasted good before. I really liked the flavor, but then when you make the honey, that makes it sweeter. Plus, this all goes towards making the throat feel better.
Nah, we good. He said pull the orange out. Nah, we good.
Pull it out.
Yeah.
Because it has it's the whole orange, so it has the pith and everything in it, so it's gonna make it a little more bitter the longer you leave it.
Nah, we good.
It'll be straight.
We good. Appreciate you. But yeah, no, we could, if you want to do once a week, say how about Thursday? Because TNA goes on Thursday, right?
TNA does come on Thursdays.
Are you watching TNA?
I try to.
Okay.
Because TNA is also TNA and NXT are one of the only things that are actually really been interesting about wrestling.
There is wrestling every day of the week.
Yes, there is. Absolutely. You have to, which is why some folk just pick and choose. There are like, funny enough, like when it comes to New Japan, which is part of the reason why I know I personally want to watch some New Japan, or at least really start looking at it, is the fact that like on a regular basis, there's not a lot of people podcast wise talking about New Japan. Like most big podcasts, trying to make us a niche. Okay. Like most big podcasts that I look at or I see, they're talking either straight WWE period, or they're talking about WWE and AEW.
Okay.
And even then, the ones that talk about WWE and AEW, they oftentimes really don't touch NXT. They'll mention it if something cool happened on NXT, but they'll mention the one cool thing, but that's it.
And that's kind of weird too, because it's like the reason why I think everybody does that is because the big promotions are WWE and AEW. Everybody that's a wrestling fan is watching those products.
Exactly.
NXT is, you had to be a diehard, or you have to be somewhat of a diehard to still be watching it. And when it comes to TNA, that is also the same thing, as well as ROH. Which I don't think I could watch ROH now.
ROH is bad.
Yeah, like I saw Jay Lethal on Collision, and I was like, "Oh, it's Jay!" Man!
And he eats the pin.
God damn it!
Yeah, it's rough out here in the streets.
I don't think you've seen House of Truth, Jay Lethal, have you? This is the best in the world.
Bits and pieces.
Okay,
I've seen bits and pieces, but I do very vividly remember the praise that Ring of Honor champion Jay Lethal was in God.
You had to be there, bro. It's just one of those, you had to be there. Okay, so then how about we do this? You name a day of the week that works. I'll make time and effort to do it. That way we can both try to consume it. Whether if we don't consume it together, but we try to consume it in general, and try to set some time where we can watch some lucha, because I keep talking about it every episode now. We're almost like we're 30 plus episodes in, and we still haven't had a chance to do it. Plus, we still need to do GM shit. So we got a lot of things we got to start doing. So
we got a timeline.
Yeah.
We are magical. I like this mug.
Which the cool thing about what we could do with Lucha is we can actually stream us watching that, and we will not get kicked.
That'll be
so
fun.
If you want to, we can do
like a watch along type situation.
Yeah, no, we'll do like an hour or something of GM mode, and then top it off with some Lucha.
We'll put that together.
Yeah, we'll put it together.
There's all kinds of stuff in this.
Yeah, man, she makes it toasty, bro. She makes it good. It pays to have a kitchen witch. Who know her spices and herbs. You can eat the pears in the bottom too. We kind of figured that. We eat pears and shit. And this is why we call her Spicy White.
Spicy White.
Because she do a lot of things that don't count her as that, because she using spices and herbs. Anyway, next up, who do we got here? Let me spitball it real quick. Let's go to the knockouts real quick. Let's go to the knockouts. ODB. What was her name? Oh, Roxy
LeBeau.
Yup.
Okay.
And Awesome Kong.
That's really unfortunate, because of that, I have to bury Roxy LeBeau, and I love her.
Woo! I broke him. I may have broke him, y'all. Because that was his girl, y'all. That was his girl.
Like, because I can't see a time or place where we're not bumping Awesome Kong.
You're
I'm
bumping
sorry,
her?
not bumping. I mean, booking
Okay.
Awesome Kong. Like, Awesome Kong is what you book everything around.
Yes.
And so
She is the monster heel that Abyss could be.
she is. Yeah, she is. The way that they booked Awesome Kong back then is the way I wish they could have booked Abyss. But instead, they booked him with his what was the name of those matches? The
Monster Ball.
Yeah, they booked him using the Monsters Ball type matches, which once again, there is nothing wrong with your deathmatch style fightings with the thumbtacks, chairs, weapons. There is greatly a time and a place for it. But when you use it too much, when you overuse it, it loses its shock value. You know what I'm saying? It loses its impact on.
I think the biggest thing for you is the selling part. I don't think it loses the impact of anything else. I think it's the selling of what happens in it.
So, but that's the bit though.
Mm-hmm.
It that lumps all together with it. Okay. So it's like when it comes to a regular deathmatch thing, right? When you watch deathmatch wrestling, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't watch a lot of strictly deathmatch wrestling, but usually every match involves weapons. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in such a thing, I would only assume that the farther down the card, the more gruesome the match becomes. Is that usually how they do it?
And are you talking about most deathmatch promotions or just talking about the deathmatch itself?
Period. Deathmatch promotions. I'm just talking in general.
I mean, it would make sense. It would be more gruesome because it should be hey, we're going to do something so crazy that now people have to leave the arena thinking like, whoa, that was.
Because I don't strictly watch deathmatch wrestling. So since I know that you do, if you're watching a 7-match card,
okay,
like you're watching a deathmatch wrestling pay-per-view,
mm-hmm.
the way that they are, this is literally me shooting at the hip and assuming, because I have not watched. Well, outside of one, but like
I know where you're trying to get at, and let me just go ahead and answer your question for you. It's kind of weird because it really depends on the situation, because like while the card may have like a regular hardcore match of like tubes and stuff in it, sometimes the most gruesome match end up becoming the middle of the card, and everything else afterwards it's just like, yeah, that was crazy, but like this was the match, right? And then sometimes, yes, they do have where the main event is the big gruesome match, but oftentimes if you're watching a tournament, which most death matches or deathmatch promotions often do tournaments, the most gruesome match is normally the middle match, because that is the match where in every deathmatch tournament, I'm gonna put this out here right now. In every deathmatch tournament, a champion will go into the tournament and says, "Hey, I'm defending my belt in every match in this tournament." I don't know why, but it is a tradition in deathmatch wrestling. I've seen it every time, and to me, it kind of is like, well, I know you're not going to lose in these matches. So the only match I think you might lose is the last two. The first three, that's just for shits and giggles, right? So this is why I say the middle is normally where shit gets crazy. And then where at the end of the night, you either have that person who was defending their belt at that tournament, either they're walking out with the belt, or they're not. 9 times out of 10, they are walking out with the belt. And the last match is, hey, we do a couple of suplexes, we do it because they've already exerted all their energy. They're already bloody. They're not pacing the match where it's like, hey, we come back next week. It's the first match. I got hit with a bunch of light tubes. I got to come back out in the next 30 minutes and fight again. So you can't go really too crazy the whole time, and they normally leave the most gruesome shit in the middle or the end.
Okay. So if that's the way that it works, then because if that's the way that it works, they almost literally follow what would be the opposite. They literally they do the whole they do it inside out, because usually your first match sets the tone, and then
well, yeah, they do that. I mean, everybody does a set the tone kind of thing,
but it's one of those things. But it's like it's almost the way that most match kind of like when you watch a pay-per-view, there's kind of like there's a wave kind of thing, and depending on how long or short the pay-per-view is, there's usually one wave, which is
it just goes up from there.
It's so it's like it's boom. And so it's like you start off with a bang, you ride it for a bit, you bring them up here for a little while, ride it for a bit, and you end, kind of thing. And that's usually the way that it kind of swings a bit. Now, sometimes if it's a shorter thing, then it's like, or at least there's like, it'll start here, you bend down, and you finish here. Type situation. It's because like, so it's like the stuff that's usually the stuff that's in the middle is like a so-so to just kind of maintain you till you get to that main event type situation. But like with the way
theirs is more so just gradually doing this, and depending on the situation, the peak could be here or it could be here, but it's just like
as so in that particular case, deathmatch wrestling actually just they really just don't care. They really just don't care about the way that matches flow. Because the situation that I'm getting at when it comes to matches, when you have like all of these weapons and stuff like that, right? Is just the fact that when you do them often, when you do them back to back, to your standard audience, no one, after you get so much of it, either no one's going to care or they want to see it done differently.
Or up the ante.
Yep. Which is the worser of the things.
Yep.
So, for example, like with AEW right now, right? They are having deathmatch stipulations almost every other show. And so now, because you're getting that so much, because you're getting that constant, stimulation of feeding, we as wrestling fans, when you just like hit us with it one time, we're like, oh man, that was great. And then we're going to be feeding for it for whenever it might happen again. But usually, you got to make them wait for that. AEW.
Or give us a reason.
Both, honestly, is what's necessary. But instead of letting us wait for it, they're just throwing it at us. And throwing it at us. And throwing it at us. And it's constant. And the more it happens, the more it's all like, it becomes just another match. It becomes another match. And it doesn't do anything for the story or for the people who are involved. Like, to say, when they had the pay-per-view, when AEW had their last pay-per-view and they had that big old thumbtacks and tables match, right? Just for them on the next night to have thumbtacks be brought into the ring again. Now, I will say they used the thumbtacks a bit differently this particular time, kind of thing. But it was all like, you made us pay for thumbtacks just to give it to us on regular TV. Well, now I don't want to pay for thumbtacks anymore. So I should just get this on regular TV more often.
Okay, I see what you mean. Because definitely in the
thing.
Attitude Era, they never did shit like that.
No.
Like, you may get a cage match, but like the cage match, it didn't always end clean. It always end with some kind of shenanigans to make you fiend for the next situation.
It would be a cage match, and like that cage match, what happens in that cage match is like, it's like low level shit. You know what I'm
almost
saying?
like to go home.
It's just like it's just for the extra look. And what happens after that cage match, they're going to be in a more intense match afterwards. And then when they have that big blowout match and they beat the hell out of each other, weapons, you see them the next night, they got bruises all over them, they're limping and all this other stuff, and they're just, and then if they do have a match, they're bandaged up, they're selling their injuries from the night before, and they're selling that shit for at least 2 weeks type situation. As where in wrestling right now, what we're getting is they'll have this big plunder match where they thrash and beat the hell out of each other, and they come back the next night like that match didn't happen.
Yep, like no bandages, no nothing, no selling.
And so
nothing.
it's all
That's
like,
what I'm saying, it's a selling.
Why? Like at that point, it's like there was a special tacked on name to this match. Make it feel like it has the value. Like don't just do it and then just move on from it. Like do it and then let it linger, because that was a tables and tacks match. That was
it did kind of linger for MJ. MJ's taking a step away.
Yes, and that's how you should do it.
Yeah,
but on the flip side, his opponent, who took most of the beating, by the way,
but that's just Mark Briscoe.
Well, he out here looking like he didn't have, looking like he wasn't even in the match. Like he wasn't even in the match.
He's a sicko. Whereas MJF, he's a wrestler's wrestler. He understands those things. Because even with the dog collar match the next day, he was showing it.
I don't know, fam. I just feel like it's almost like for me, and I don't want to say that deathmatch wrestling is doing it, but I feel like hardcore matches, weapons matches, we'll leave it at that. I feel that matches that involve weapons are being devalued out here in these streets. A match with weapons used to mean terror and excitement, and now someone's like, "Oh, it's a weapons match? Oh, whatever. Who cares? Whatever. Oh, they're gonna hit each other a couple times. All right, cool. Wake me up when they like set the table on fire or something. All right.
Yeah, wake me up for the finish, basically. Let me see how that finish goes.
Yeah. Wake me up when like someone like pulls out a gun or something like that. Like,
A gun is crazy. You might definitely like Jim Cornette's fucking podcast there. You might want to start watching that shit.
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why you and Story get along. Got it.
I don't watch them all the time. But the problem is you said that Jim Cornette might be rough around the edges, but he's not wrong.
He's not.
There are very few times. The only times I normally highly disagree with him is some of his feels about women's wrestling. I don't think I feel as if that, because I know he usually doesn't, but I think women's wrestling does have a place in the main event, where I know usually he kind of feels as if like, that's not how that should work kind of thing. I mean, there are certain aspects of why he says women's wrestling shouldn't be in the main event that I can get and understand. But at the same time, there is, if you're entertaining and you're sports entertaining everybody and you're getting the loudest pop, then that's why you should be in the main event. Your agenda don't gotta have anything to do with it, but it's like,
if you are putting asses in seats,
exactly. If that's what you are doing, and just so happenly you are female identifying, and you're doing all those, then yes, then give them the main event because they earned it and deserved it, kind of thing. Just because they're big meaty men slapping meat doesn't mean that they should be They should be the last thing you see on TV, because
that's when it becomes sexist.
It's not always that great.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at you, Kingston. Looking at you, Brock Lesnar and John Cena.
That was the first match. That was
thank God.
Because if that was the last match, though, I would have issued a refund, my nigga.
Absolute. Issue a refund for something you didn't even pay for.
Yeah.
That's how.
Like, all right, you wanted my money, you would have got it, but now you got to give it back. Give me the money give me the time.
Yeah,
let's go out. Let's go.
Hey, pay me for watching this garbage.
Yeah, like, please, yo, Justin Timberlake, my ass. Pay me, bro. Pay me that time, bro. Pay me that time. But yeah, no, definitely, we'll be making efforts to do that. We got to plan some time. Whether if we even want to do it on the Sundays, saying something in general, we definitely should do. So, oh yeah, you never gave the full booking. You said Awesome Kong, your booking, and I think you said you had buried Rox.
Yeah, booking Awesome Kong. I have to bury Roxy LeBeau, and I'm bumping ODB.
Boom.
Like, if you would have said literally anybody else, whoever else that you would have said probably would have been buried. Because, and at that point, I would have, and I would have been booking Roxy LeBeau.
Okay.
Because she deserved to be pushed. Because that voodoo drop was everything.
Let's see here. All right, so last one. For today. I'm gonna let me see if I can give you a good one. All right, for the piss poor teams that we had, these are the worst. I would say the worst factions, but they are kind of regarded as the factions that just were not there or we're not good. Fortune 4.
You didn't think they were good?
Nobody liked Fortune 4.
All right.
Aces and Eights. And Immortal. I was gonna say Midnight Immortal, yeah.
Because
Hulk Hogan's faction.
I don't remember who was in it now.
Basically it was Fortune 4 and a couple of other people from
Jeez, who was in Fortune now?
It was AJ Styles, it was Christopher Daniels, it was Bobby Roode and
Ric Flair, right?
No, Kazarian.
Okay. No, Ric Flair was in there because that was
he was leading. Yeah, but what I'm saying is like the wrestlers who was actually, excuse me, it was not Christopher Daniels. It was Desmond Wolfe.
Okay.
Or Nigel McGuinness.
Let's talk about Fortune. I liked Fortune. So there was Fortune. I know Aces and Eights had Aces and Eights had a lot of people in it.
Don Callis family.
Practically. And then, but who was in Hogan's group?
Abyss was, and because he was
oh God,
yeah, you remember that? Yeah. He had Jeff Hardy as his main heel.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, who else was in? I know Fortune 4 guys were in there. Pretty much every other heel that was around that time. I remember Pope even was trying to go against him too.
I don't remember who was in the Hogan faction.
Well, how about this? Swap them out and put Main Event Mafia, because that was going to be the other option.
Oh, that changes fucking everything. Listen. This is how I'll do it, because when you put it that way, I am booking Fortune.
It's crazy.
I'm going to bump Main Event Mafia. I'm going to bury Hogan's group.
I said Aces and Eights. I said remove Hogan's group and put Aces and Eights.
Well, I'm going to say we're going to bury Hogan's group, and I'm going to cut Aces and Eights.
Damn!
Since you gave me 4, we're gonna book, bump, bury, and cut. I'm cutting aces and eights.
All right.
Honestly, you could interchange Hogan's group or aces and eights, but more specifically, I think I disliked aces and eights more.
The storyline was interesting until it started becoming stupid.
AKA, it was good until it was bad. That's
so Don Callis family. All right, so I will agree. I'm but also not gonna agree. I preferred Main Event Mafia. I felt that was a very smart idea. It was just not executed properly, and I feel like if I could book it better, one, I don't think I can keep Steiner. I don't think I can keep Steiner in that group. He just no. Booker T has to stay there. Okay, he has to be
goofy
there.
ass.
He has to be there. Kurt has to be there. Sting has to be there. But I just really wish Sting was the Godfather and not Kurt. I would have made Sting the Godfather.
Fair enough. Like
Nash could be there as an enforcer if his quads don't break.
I mean, Main Event Mafia is solid. I just liked Fortune better
because it had AJ Styles.
Not even just because of AJ Styles, but like I think because I do believe it was Fortune going up against Main Event Mafia, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Main Event Mafia was out by then.
Oh, they were?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Fortune was around the time where Hogan was his power reigned.
Okay. I guess I gotta go back and look
because
at that.
The front line was what went against the Main Event Mafia, which was Joe, Team 3D,
yeah, the
Rhino,
TNA guys.
Yeah, TNA guys. Yeah,
was going up against
Mafia.
The Mafia, and who was going up against Fortune?
I think that was TNA guys again. Because
Which
I know, I remember
also,
Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal was one of the people trying to go against them because
that's where the woo off came from.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like
it was always TNA guys.
Gotcha. Because all these old heads and these new people. Anyway,
yeah.
Like, but yeah, no, like because I liked Fortune better, but I liked the look of Main Event Mafia.
Yes, the look
with
that's
the
thing,
suits and everything.
The theme song was cool.
They had the Legends title and stuff like that.
Yeah, the theme song was dope. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Yeah,
I would low key do that as like a thing with some homies, and I don't even wear a suit, bro. You wouldn't even catch me one, but I wore one that day. Bonus round, because I want your opinion, and this is gonna be Matt. I want to do this, but I kind of already know if I did that version. Favorite tag teams, and I don't know if this is gonna be your favorite tag teams, but just from what I know, Dudley Boys, Beer Money, Hardy Boys. Who are you book bumping and burying?
Yeah, it's probably going to be controversial, but I'm going to book the Hardys. I'm going to bump Beer Money, and I unfortunately am going to have to bury the Dudleys.
That's controversial, all right, my nigga. What the fuck? You get rid of the Dudleys? Not Team 3D, the Dudleys.
I said what I said.
What the fuck? You're not even booking Beer Money? You're booking the Hardy Boys. Why?
Because I've always been Hardys over Dudleys, brother.
And this is where we fucking always had an issue, son. Because there's no way in hell you are picking the Dudleys over the Hardy Boys, because the Dudleys are the most decorated tag team
Bro, I'm
ever.
telling you right now, I'm picking the Hardy Boys over the Dudley Boys in their final match, bro.
You was a bitch.
Call it as
you was a bitch.
But in the game of ladders and tables, ladders is always been the way.
Fuck out of here.
It is what it is.
I'm gonna be real. As much as a Dudley Boy fan I am actually booking Beer Money though.
That's fair.
I am booking Beer Money, and it would have been bumping the Dudleys and then burying the Hardys.
Oh, burying the Hardys. That's crazy talk.
It is.
That's real crazy.
It is.
That's absolutely. But I mean, I guess it fits because I buried the Dudleys, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not burying the Hardys because you buried the Dudleys. I'm just never burying the Dudleys. I'm not burying the Dudleys, and I'm not burying Beer Money.
I mean, I'm not either.
Exactly.
But somebody's got to take that pin.
It's the Hardys, nigga. Because Jeff is good no matter what.
You said because Jeff is good.
No matter what. You can't tell me no matter what, Jeff is good. But the Dudleys can take a loss and that will hurt. The Hardys, no.
Which is why I'm booking them.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
That's exactly why I'm that exact reason is the reason why I'm like, nah, we book these boys.
They're already booked. They're already going to the fucking moon no matter what, bro. So burying them, you can't really technically bury them.
Listen, I'm going to go and I'm going to make my money with the Hardys, okay?
And so you tell me you won't make money out of Beer Money?
That's why I didn't bury them.
Oh my God. But you're telling me you can't make money with the Dudleys.
I can only go so far with the Dudleys. Think about it. Together they're great. What happened when they split up? We got this punk ass Reverend Devon gimmick.
That's because of Vince. Don't do that. That's Vince.
What else has Devon done when he separated from Bubba?
Okay, look.
Answer the question.
You not gonna put a black.
Answer.
You not gonna put a black man down right now, bro.
Sure, Bubba Ray has gone on to become the Bubba Ray that he is, and he's done the bully Ray type situation. Sure, he's had things. What did Devon do?
Devon wanted to be a family man, my nigga. That's why.
So did Matt Hardy. You see how many kids that man got?
Yeah, you see how crazy his wife is?
And do you see how his career has gone? How many belts he's had? Solo? How many cool gimmicks he's gotten over? I mean, you're right.
We're talking about tag team. We're not talking about singles.
But that's the thing.
No,
I'm making the money off of the Hardy Boys, regardless.
How about this?
Put them together or separate.
How about this? The WWE didn't even want to make money off the damn Hardys. They put them in TNA. So there you go.
Just for them to come back at the WrestleMania and win the titles.
Okay, and they did that. And then guess what happened? They got rid of them, went to AEW, and then went to TNA. So
just for them to now come back and are going to take the NXT titles from them punk kids.
No, the fuck they're not.
Yes, they will.
Hell no.
I believe they're going to take them tag team titles, brother.
Hell no. Well, is that match before their Bound for Glory match? It is. Sure. I think it is. So they technically would have to win.
However it may be, I ain't getting that with the Dudleys.
Because you know why? Because they're already the most decorated tag team ever. They have over 23 title reigns across the world, okay? They're good. They don't need anything else, my nigga. They're already cemented that legacy. The thing with the Hardys is the hood champion. Every nigga loves the fucking Hardys, my nigga. Every nigga. There is not one black man who doesn't see Jeff Hardy and be like, yeah, that was that nigga, bro.
And that's why I am booking them.
No.
Because they're going to bring me the money and the attention that I need.
Okay. So what about personal then? What's your personal decision?
What do you mean my personal?
You saying that's your business decision. You gave a personal and a business decision last time. What is your personal decision? And since you have your business decision, since the Hardy Boys is your business. What's your
Funny enough, that is my personal.
The fuck guy. Okay, so then what's the business then?
The business one would actually end up with me having to, unfortunately, bury Beer Money.
Get the fuck out. You are not trusting beer money that much?
Business-wise, okay?
Oh my God.
As we just got done talking about. I would trust them to take my brand to where I need to go. But this decorated tag team you talking about, if I just let them hang out in the mid card and hold it down, that's going to appease the Dudley fans.
Hold up. Here, you are literally doing a WWE right now by playing it safe. You don't even want to fucking put the beer money and book them and just put them to the moon. You don't even want to take a gamble. You are literally being WWE right now by going with nostalgia.
I mean, at that point, if I was going with nostalgia, then I would be pushing the Dudleys. Because they're a big nostalgia act. Because ECW ain't around no more, and what they rep, ECW. That's the nostalgia act right there. That's the real nostalgia.
This man don't want to.
And then on top of that, when you look at the current landscape, the Dudleys are even more nostalgic because they ain't even actively really doing anything in the ring right now.
So you saying that beer money wouldn't be?
Business-wise, I am going off of that nostalgia factor. So that's going to make me the money.
So you couldn't make a beer with beer money. That Hulk Hogan shit, throw that out of the way, make beer money. Come on, bro. You telling me you couldn't make money off of that?
You saying that just reminded me of something I saw. I think it was Wrestle Talk. They were trying to get Beer Monet over.
Yeah, they were trying to get fucking James Storm in there to try their non-alcoholic beer.
But listen, at the end of the day, the reason why that they would end up being switched is literally just because the Dudley boys do have more star power than beer money does. And that's just what it is. But I'm pushing the Hardy Boys because Team Extreme is where it is to be. All right,
y'all. So I'm about to pull an Undertaker. So if you don't see this nigga here next week, and you see my wife, you know why, nigga.
Wow.
What the fuck, bro? It's beer money, bro.
Listen,
it's beer money.
Tell me, what do y'all think?
Like, that shit's crazy, bro.
What do y'all think? Are we booking the Hardys or are we booking the Dudleys? Like, realistically, come on.
Personally, I'm booking the Dudleys. Personally. Business-wise, I see they never actually came with a beer. Like, I feel like if they had did that, man, that shit would have, I would say maybe a skyrocket because it is TNA. But WWE-wise, they would promote the shit out of that.
I mean, like, the idea of them having their own personal beer would be cool, but what would they call it?
Beer money, nigga.
I don't think that but
it would be in the label would have the money, the dollar around it or some shit like that.
That's campy. Like that's way too campy. Like,
because it's literally beer.
I can get behind the idea of beer money having their own beer, but for it to be just named after their tag team, Beer Money, like, it's
all right. You can't call it Sorry About Your Damn Luck.
I mean, unless you make it like what would be the initials for Sorry About Your
Sorry. So sorry, SBYDL.
That, what is it again?
SAY. DL.
SADL?
SAYDL.
See, that's also too long. I was about to say you could be like SAYDL beer, like, but that doesn't actually
he has a signature move. I can't remember the last call. No, can't call it last call.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to get the what's the word I'm looking for, the patent for that. I mean, like, I'm not opposed.
That would think of something.
I'm not opposed of the idea of them having, giving them their own beer.
Would you drink it though?
But I don't drink beer.
Would you drink it though? Would you try at least one?
I mean, I'll try one, but then I'd probably take a sip of it and be like, "Yep, it tastes like ass," because all beer tastes like ass to me.
Facts. Facts. If it ain't clear, it don't get nowhere near my mouth.
I mean, anything but beer is what it is for me.
So piss. All right. Anyway, guys, I want to say
that's what beer is. First off, okay. You trying to like undermine us, like trying to make it sound. No, anything but good. You shut the fuck up, bro. Fuck out of here. Fuck up.
Guys, what are your thoughts about the book bumper berry options that I gave Swag? I think I might have slightly broken with the TNA knockouts one, so I got to try a little bit harder next time. But what are your thoughts about the book bumps or berries? Please let us know in the comments. Who would you have book bumped or buried? Let us know your GM opinions, okay? And next week we'll be back with another episode. Well, actually, can't really say that. We'll be back with another episode. And as you guys always know, please make sure you like or chokeslam the like button, tombstone the subscribe button, as we are back here every week with another episode of the Big Brothers of Destruction podcast, because it's the Massacre.
It's your boy, Swag Switch in the building.
Until next time, guys, have a good one. And keep on rolling, as top 10 likes to say.